Well, hi everybody, Andy Rag here, and here we are out in the woods. So after Saturday's receipt of all the 10th Wonder hammocking gear, I thought it might be useful to get out and actually lay it all out and put it up and assemble it. I don't really have the space or the facilities at home, so here we are. So what we've got first is the 3x3 Cornelius tarp, followed by the Green Hornet 2.8 by 1.5 double-sided hammock, and then we've got the Compact Hammock. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Hi, so this is the 10th Wonder Cornelius 3x3 tarp in its supplied carry bag. My initial thoughts on this bag were it didn't look like a dry bag, and on closer inspection it's not. That said, it is a very well made carry bag and it should serve you well. So let's have a look, see what you get inside, see what comes out by default. So as I showed on my last video, you get a bag of pegs and cordage. Now the cordage you get in this bag consists of 2 4-metre pieces of 550 paracord, some 4 plastic pegs, which I don't have with me because I've taken those out. I don't think I'll be using those. I've replaced those with some of these OEX very lightweight tent pegs, and the rest of the cordage I've actually put on the tarp already. That consists of 4 pieces of 3mm paracord, which is cut into 4-metre lengths, 1 for each corner of the tarp essentially. So here it is. And what I've done so far is added a ridge line of my own, which is fairly long. The ridge line goes through the centre loop of the tarp, and either side of the centre loop on the tarp I've placed 3 small prussiks using 2mm grizzly cut cord. On each corner of the tarp I've also put some 2mm bungee cord as shock relief for when I actually suspend the tarp from the centre line. And here you can see the various pieces of 3mm paracord which have been suspended on the ends. So one nice thing about this particular tarp is that the guy lines that you attach to the corners can actually be tucked away into these Velcro pockets. We'll do some close-ups later. On the end of each corner you've got a very substantial loop which is reinforced, and then all the way along the edges you've got pull-out loops, again under the corner. All the corners have also got these loops here which are for hanging mozzie nets from. Another corner there with the mozzie net hanger. That's probably one of the corners. Sorry, that's the centre line mount. So again, you've got a bungee cord for use with the prussiks on the centre line, and a mozzie hanging net, which we'll see in a bit. So that goes all the way around. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this tree here, and that tree over there, and we're going to suspend the tarp between the two. Okay, so we've got the ridge line suspended now. It's toggled at that end, it's tied in a knot around the tree at that end. So what we're going to do now is to actually fix the ends of the ridge line on the tarp itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put a lark's head knot on this prussik loop through this peg, this bit of stick I found, and then attach the bungee cord around the stick like so. Okay, so that allows me to then tension up the ridge line, and due to the way the prusik knot works, you can slide it, but when you try and put pressure on it, it doesn't release. So obviously at the other end of the tarp we've got the other prusik loop. You'll notice just here I've got 2 spares just here running free. That's if I ever want to suspend the other 2 loops that are this side of the centre loop. So we just pull that like so, get the tension there, and then we've got quite a decent thing. I'll just show you the mounting on this end of the paracord. So I've simply gone around the tree a couple of times, take up the tension on the line, and then just tie the simple over a knot. Not exactly quick release, but I'm not, I'm not expected to crash out anytime soon. So what we'll do is now we'll peg out the corners and establish the tarp as such, and then we can look at the suspension of the green Hornet hammock. Okay. Right, bring you back. So we've got the tarp established now. I'm going to briefly run through what you get in the green Hornet hammock, and then we're going to use some additional kit that I've got to suspend the hammock, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so if we unroll the bag, what we get in this bag is we get a set of very long tree huggers. These things are huge. They're very simple. They've got loops on either end, and it's just a flat 25mm strap. I don't think I'll be using these very often because for the size of trees in this wood, they're a little bit overkill. So I'm going to take the crabby bits off here, and these are Mammoth lightweight carabiners. Put those to one side, and then we have the hammock itself. One more thing, some Dyneema Whoopie slings. These don't come as part of the kit. These are extras from an eBay seller called Brian Always Smiling. So the bugs are coming out now. So yeah, we'll show you how the Whoopie slings fit in a short while. And generally the hammock is wrapped up all nice and neatly. You've got 2 3mm bungees to keep it nice and compact. Those are mine. And I think what we'll be doing is we'll be using the lightweight carabiners that I've got in the other hammock set, which are just another 2 of those lightweight Mammoth ones, because I think this thing is heavy enough on its own. So what you get is you get the hammock all neatly rolled up like this. So if you just, I'm going to go zoom in, Tom. Camera work this fine evening is provided by my son, just turned 14, Thomas Ragg. Say hello, Thomas.
Hello.
Now keep shut. Right, so the ends of the hammocks, you've got these long slings which are sort of like doubled over on themselves, and if you actually gather the hammock at the end, what you'll find towards the centre is 2 more loops that have been sewn into the sling. These are the bits that we're going to end up using. So yeah, they are the ends. Bit of fluff of the new stuff. So we're going to use those bits there. Like that. Not quite sure when you'd want to use, or maybe if you were doing an ungathered hammock hang using 2 independent lines, but for my purposes I'm going to be using a gathered system like that. So that's how we're going to hang it. Then you can see the base of the hammock itself. This is it's got 2 layers with a Velcro fastener down the middle, just here, look, and that allows you to put some insulation beneath the inside layer. And in that case, I'm going to be using my my carry mat, which I've got attached to my my baby Bergen there. So the rest of the hammock, you've got the mozzie net, and then the ends are parasilk, and on one of the ends, which is probably the head end, you've got this armhole. So I think looking at the hang, we'll probably put the head at that end and the feet at this end, and let's see how we go. Okay, so before we actually hang the hammock, I've got another piece of kit to show you. These are the straps that I was waiting for. These came on Monday. So what these are a pair of 2.8 metre, 25mm wide hanging loops. But what you get on these straps is you get a straight bit which goes around the tree, and then you get a bit that's got lots and lots of loops, so you can put a carabiner through and attach your whoopie sling. So obviously that bit goes around the tree, loops through, and then you attach your carabiner. So I'll tell you what, let's do that now. You want to follow me with the thing? Just attach that there for now. So this is where we're going to hang the whoopie sling. So these whoopie slings, as I said, from Brian Always Smiling, made out of Dyneema. Very high strength material, doesn't stretch. Unlike paracord, which has got filaments in the middle, this is hollow. So it's a simple sheathed material. Brian does a very good job of putting beads on the main sliding loop so that it doesn't slide in on itself. I mean, for £13 off eBay, they're really good bits of kit, and I recommend them to anybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick the sliding loop end on the end of that carabiner. So now it's just a simple case of laying out the hammock underneath the tarp and using the carabiners, just putting it all together and tensioning the system up. Obviously this is the first time I've used all this kit, so I do appreciate that some of you might be saying, well, what's he doing laying this all out underneath the trees and not underneath this tarp? Well, the light's fading. This is the first time I've done this, and obviously I just want to get myself acquainted with this kit, so that's why. Head end. Okay, what we're looking for here is to attach the hammock to the end of the Whoopie sling. Obviously we've got quite a lot of slack here, so what I might end up doing is moving the carabiner further up this strap for a start. And then we can adjust the running loop bit in a little bit later. Okay, so this is the sort of the foot end of the hammock. I just took those straps in there out of the way for the time being. Attach the Whoopie sling like so, and then rotate the carabiner that way, and you'll see. I'll explain why in a short while. But obviously there's far too much slack on these connectors at the minute, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the carabiners, see if I can move the slings as well, get them as high as I can, and get this hammock centralised underneath the tarp. Okay guys, I've more or less got the hammock centralised now. Could really do with a little bit higher, but we'll leave it as it is for now. Basically now it's just a case of laying in it, just to test, make sure that the anchor points are going to hold. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit in it. So it's a case of opening it up, putting it behind your bum and going like that. And I'm looking at the anchor points. Carabiners all seem to be okay. Right, so what we're going to do is we're now going to hang the mozzie net. What we've got is we've got some shock cords, and we're going to tie them up to those D-rings and suspend the mozzie net. So just let me get myself up out of this and we'll get right back to it. Right, so the 10th Wonder hammock, as you've probably seen on YouTube and what have you, comes with a suspended mozzie net, which is integral to the hammock. And what I've done is I've added these little carabiner clips, which I got 10 for a couple of quid off eBay, and I'm just going to attach that up there like that. and go down the other end and do the same. I must stress again that these mini crabs aren't part of the kit, so I don't really know what to do with these things. I might just tie them up like so. Actually, they might make a very good drip catcher. Okay, mate, friends, and that, as far as I'm aware, is it. The hammock is hung. Just need to obviously get inside it now and see what it looks like. Okay, you won't be able to see in here because the light's pretty dim now, but there is a line that runs along the roof of the mozzie net, so you can hang little things from it. Just pull that out, you can see it there. I think I need to make some mods to put a piece of paracord on the inside of these zip pullers, just so that I don't have to reach around. But it's just inside it. Get the mozzie net down. Okay, that's one thing I need to watch out for. The hanging loop needs to be adjusted before you get in it. But yeah, there's a ton of room. I mean, it's wide enough. Wide enough. I don't know whether you can see me through this, but yeah, put some light on the situation, Tom. 1 second. Whoa, there we go. Yeah, I'm actually laid across the hammock, and it is really, really comfy. You've got the armhole there. Yeah, you've got some side tensioners to obviously gather up the slack. But this line definitely needs adjusting. Let's sort that out. Get that out of my way. There we go. Yeah, I'm digging this. I'm really digging this. Obviously with the 3x3 tarp, I'm well protected. Quite good visibility through the mozzie net. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to get out now. The light's fading, so I better crack on and get the compact hammock up and running. So I'll let you go away for a bit, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, and you're back. Right, okay. When I bought the tree huggers on the main hammock there, I was a little confused by the advert on the eBay item. It said straps, but it only showed one strap in all the diagrams, so I sent the seller a question, and as is normally the case with people whose language isn't English by birth, the answer that came back was not quite right. So I ended up buying 2 sets of tree huggers, and what came was actually 2 pairs of tree huggers. So I was right in the first instance that I thought it was a pair, but the seller actually told me they were single straps, so I ended up buying 2. It's actually worked out okay, because as you can see, the amount of tree hugger that I've actually used on the big hammock there, between 2 trees that are sort of like 6 meters apart, is negligible. I've hardly used any of the strap at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the compact hammock now, which I have here, which I don't have the Whoopie slings for. So hopefully the amount of strap that's available here will go some way to allow me to do some adjustment here and there with this hammock. So again, we've got the extra tree huggers with the adjustable loops, and this hammock is this big. So again, we've got a pair of bungees to keep it tidy. Okay, so the compact hammock, which I have here, comes with 2 4-meter tapes like this, which you can either use to run to the trees, or you can use it like I have here. Put a short piece through the ends, gather it up, double fisherman's knot, make sure you seal the ends with a lighter, like I've done here, and then just use the knife, blade of a knife, to flatten down the edge so that the 2 halves of the tape seal. Yeah, so just gather the ends up like so. Do that on both ends. So you've got a nice simple hammock. So this hammock again is double skinned. It's made out of the same material as the big hammock there. It just doesn't have the built-in mozzie net. So this is more of a lightweight option. Set this up for just like swinging during the day, you know, just put your gear on it in the evening, or whatever you want to do with it basically, or just a super light, no mozzie net option. What we're going to do now is obviously put the tree huggers up and hang this hammock. So we'll bring it right back. Okay, so we've got the tree hugger coming off this tree, probably as high as I can get it with my dicky shoulder at the minute. So we're going to just clip it in down near the bottom and walk out towards this one. And immediately I know that I've got to come down. So as if it's not wet or anything, just leave that down there a minute. Not the most ideal of locations, this one. Yeah, not the most ideal of locations to hang a hammock, because we've got a tree stump just under that fern. Drop this back down a bit more. Okay. So this compact hammock. As you can see, right, what they're for is obviously to induce any drippage off the hammock. So if this was under the tarp, get the ends of the hammock under the tarp, and then obviously anything that's coming down the strap will just drop off using gravity off the end of those straps and not make its way into the hammock. So once again, spread the hammock, tuck it under your knees, push it out and just ease into it. So this is exactly the same dimensions as the other hammock, it's just not got the roof on it. Yeah, comfy as. One thing you've got just here is you've got a little pocket for your bits and pieces like your phone, specs, whatever you want. Swing around a bit. Yeah, see what I mean about? I'm already bottoming out, so I'm going to have to be careful now. Maybe adjust the hang a little bit, bring it up. So I don't really want to be bottoming out on that. Better. Am I still centre shot? Okay. So you can see that I'm not laid perfectly in line with the hammock. Been doing lots of research, and the research that I've done indicates that a diagonal lay is better off because you lay a bit flatter. You don't end up with a banana back. But I must say this is very, very comfortable. Oh yeah, I can see me spending many hours in one of these. A few tins of beer, a few rays, get the feet up. But what I want to show you now is how you can actually get some insulation in this thing. So just hang fire and we'll bring you back in a couple of minutes when I've had a chance to get the sling mat out. Okay. Hi. Right. So what I have here is my my sleeping mat. It's just cheap and cheerful inflatable mat with an extra bit of a pillow attached at the end. Nothing fancy, it's got built-in compression straps and what have you, but all I'm going to do is open up the air valve, get a little bit of air in it. Close it back up, and then because this thing is double layered, I'm going to slide it between the layers. This should be fun. normally this thing would have the pillow inflated, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put that there like so. Sort of jiggle it so it's in the bottom. Forms a trough. There we are. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this video. We're going to lose the light in a minute now, and we need to get this stuff away. So thanks for staying with us, thanks for keeping with the channel, and I wish you all well. Stay tuned for more gear videos. Hopefully in the not too distant future we'll be out in a similar kind of location, shall we say, for an overnighter, to actually test this gear out good and proper. So stay safe, and I'll be seeing you. Cheers.